Moms, we see you.
That first year home was really rough.
If they were listening to me, it would have been caught much earlier.
We have to do better.
We shouldn't be losing moms.
We are fighting with you and fighting for you. Join the movement to ensure every mom and baby is healthy and gets the advocacy, research, and support they need.
March of Dimes is a beacon of hope to families. They know that they're not going through it alone.
Let's take action for all moms and babies. March for Babies, a mother of a movement.
Welcome to the 2021 March for Babies virtual experience celebration. Thank you for being a part of a mother of a movement. You're changing the lives of so many families, and what an impact you've made. Over the last year, 4 million babies received life-saving newborn screening. 19 million women were reached through our programs, education, and resources. More than 150 state legislative bills were passed to advocate for the health of moms and babies. And investments in critical research began uncovering the impact of COVID-19 to their health. But with so much work to be done, there's no stopping now. We must end preventable preterm birth. We must end preventable maternal health risks and death. And we must fight for health equity for all moms and families. The steps you take today will help us get there. Enjoy the celebration in your march, and together we're creating something big. March for Babies, a mother of a movement.
Well, hello and welcome. I am your host, Brandon Todd, along with Heather Hayes. We want to thank you for being with us at our March for Babies virtual experience. We're grateful you've joined the movement here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and today is our day to celebrate our children and your fundraising accomplishments. It's also a day to remember and reflect on the precious lives that we've lost and the work that still needs to be done to make sure that every family has the best possible start. Unfortunately, the U.S. remains among the most dangerous developed nations for childbirth, especially for women and babies of color. With preterm birth and maternal death rates continuing to rise, we need to unite, connect, and fight for all families.
Thanks, Brandon. Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. March for Babies, a mother of a movement, is an opportunity to make a visible difference in our community now and for generations to come. By joining this movement, you are lifting up communities for health equity, opening the door for all moms to have access to care, and protecting the health of females by pushing for rights. We are all connected by our support for March of Dimes, and we're connected by our stories. Let's hear now from some amazing families and participants in our community who will share their own powerful stories.
I'm Kara Altenbaumer-Price, Senior Vice President for the Executive Risk Advisors for McGriff. I am so excited to be here with you guys today to celebrate all of the awesome fundraising we've been able to do so far for this year's March for Babies. I am so proud to serve alongside my co-chair, Mark Grubbs, who you're going to see in a bit, as one of the DFW March for Babies co-chairs this year. And we are excited to stand beside you and millions of Americans around the country in this virtual event today as we celebrate all of our collective efforts for the health of moms and babies. This is a really personal cause for me, just like it is for many of you. I have 2 sons, both of whom are micropreemies. My son Truman was born in 2006 at 23 weeks gestation, weighing just over a pound. He spent 121 days in the NICU, had a ton of complications, and actually still faces a lot of the effects of prematurity every day, even though he's almost 15 years old now. His little brother, Elliot, came along in 2012, and unfortunately, it impacted our family twice. So Elliot was born at 28 weeks, weighing just over 3 pounds, and spent 42 days in the NICU. He's actually doing quite beautifully. But both of my boys are alive and healthy today because of research and advances funded by the March of Dimes. So we as a family have a personal debt to repay, and we thank all of you for being part of that effort with us, helping us to pay back what the March of Dimes has given to us. I look forward to seeing all of your pictures from today. Even though we can't be together in one place, we get to walk in whatever our own ways are. So we're excited to see your family walk in your way. As for me and my family, we are taking advantage of this weird COVID life that we all live and spending a few weeks in Florida. So we're going to hit the beach in just a little bit and with all of our gear, and we're going to get all excited about March for Dimes, and use all of our gear on the beach in Florida. So those are the pictures we're going to post on social media. When you post, make sure to tag hashtag March for Babies, hashtag DFW, and include your team name. We'll see you at the beach.
I'm Mark Grubbs, Chief Mechanical Officer and AVP for BNSF Railway. And I have the privilege of serving with Kara as one of the DFW co-chairs for the March for Babies campaign. I'm happy to be here with you to hope and celebrate and remember your family members. The fact that maternal mortality rates and preterm birth rates continue to rise is the reason we feel it necessary to continue to raise funds and come together for the March for Babies. And one of the reasons it continues to be critical today. We know that even with all the advancements that we've seen over the years, 2 women will die from pregnancy-related causes today and every day, which is still sad to hear. 2 babies die every hour in the United States. I'll share with you that when my son was born, my 3rd child, my wife had significant underlying issues that challenged his health and hers. And due to the efforts of the March of Dimes and many of the initiatives in place, we were still able to come through with a healthy son, and my wife's health, while she was challenged, she was able to come through as well. And as a father, as a husband, I will tell you, I look forward to no father or husband having to even consider making a choice between the health of the love of their life and their unborn child. So March of Dimes, thank you for everything that you're doing to support healthy moms, healthy babies through providing obstetric services in some of these maternity deserts we have out here within our nation, et cetera. You have our commitment, my family's commitment to support the cause as long as we possibly can. And I want to thank everyone out there watching for your participation and support in these efforts as well. Our family plans to walk within our neighborhood to not only raise awareness and support for the March for Babies event, but also to get our neighbors involved, our friends, to ensure they understand the mission and hopefully garnish support from them long-term as well. So we look forward to seeing your pictures. We'll be sharing ours and wish everyone a very happy March on the 8th.
Happy March for Babies Day!
We are so thankful to be with you today and tell you why we march.
Both my pregnancies started so normal. There were no issues, and each doctor's visit showed that our baby girls were growing just fine until I hit the 3rd trimester. With my first pregnancy and at 29 weeks, we were told our little girl was no longer growing and she would need to be delivered immediately. On March 23, 2013, Lillian Grace was born. I saw her for a moment before she was taken to the neonatal intensive care unit. Lily defied all expectations, and she's a fighter, coming home after 55 days. 4 years later, and pregnant with my 2nd daughter, Hazel Grace, I was told again that my baby's growth had plateaued and she was born at 30 weeks. The NICU staff were so supportive through our 42-day stay. And just like Big Sister, Hazel was a NICU rock star.
We are truly blessed that our girls are healthy today and grateful to the NICU staff and March of Dimes for the care we received. We are grateful to be a part of March for Babies every year. Today we hope for a future when all babies are born healthy, and we remember those we have lost and celebrate our survivors.
Our journey wasn't easy, but we're proud to be with you today to celebrate why we march. And as we tell our story, please chat in your reason for being with us today. When we found out that we were expecting twins, it was surprising and exciting all at the same time. At 34 weeks of pregnancy, Darlene started to have high blood pressure and was diagnosed with preeclampsia. It was then determined that our boys needed to be delivered at 34 weeks and 6 days. Decker and Daxton were then born, weighing in at around 5 pounds each. We heard their first cries, but we were not able to hold them due to the NICU teams needing to check them out. That was one of the scariest moments of our lives. It was overwhelming to see the boys hooked up to so many machines, and it just made the next week feel like a blur. We were then blessed to be able to bring Daxton home after only 6 days in the NICU, and thankfully, Decker came home just 3 days later. I truly believe that because of your commitment today, we're getting closer to a world where no mom and dad has to experience what we did. Each year, thousands of moms and babies deal with complications from pregnancy and preterm birth. By being a part of this movement, we can protect the health of all families.
Happy March for Babies!
We'd like to take a moment to remember those we have lost. If you would like to share the names of your loved ones and your story, please share it now in the chat. These families represent the diverse stories that bring us together to march for the health of all moms and babies today and every day. Whether you were born preterm, have experienced a devastating loss, faced serious maternal health problems or pregnancy complications, received help keeping your baby healthy, or if you simply want to see our world filled with healthy and happy birth stories, you belong here. You are why we march.
We now want to recognize our national sponsors. We are so grateful to our presenting sponsor, GM Financial. GM Financial has been a March of Dimes partner for over 25 years, contributing over $3.5 million to March of Dimes, helping us lead the fight for the health of moms and babies. And joining us this morning is our GM Financial friends from Dallas-Fort Worth, Arizona dealerships, and outlying areas. Welcome and thank you for your faithful support. We also want to thank our platinum sponsor, BNSF Railway. We are so thankful for this wonderful partnership. Our gold sponsors are Texas Health Resources and Wabtec. We are very grateful for our silver sponsors and bronze sponsors, as well as our media partners, Fox 4 News and iHeartRadio, and top fundraisers who have invested in our mission and are marching it forward today and every day. To each and every one of you, we are truly grateful. Thank you.
Thanks again for joining us today. Before we go out and march where we are in our own way, just a couple of reminders. You can scroll down now and visit our Remembrance, Mission, Advocacy, and Sponsor tents. We may be nearing the end of the virtual experience, but our march is just beginning. Our goal is 1.3 million, and we are still going strong. Everyone can continue fundraising through June 30th to earn rewards through our new March for Babies, a Mother of a Movement loyalty and recognition program. March for Babies is about so much more than today. It's a mother of a movement transforming the health and lives of all moms, babies, and families, and it would not be possible without each of you.